Evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's webinar. We will wait for a couple of minutes to allow other participants to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's session. However, we'll use this time, so it is not like we'll just be waiting quietly. We'll use this time to understand, firstly, about a very important point, and that is how you will be participating in today's webinar, because by now you may have already guessed that this is a webinar format. So obviously, you can't unmute yourself and ask your question. So how are you going to ask your question? And obviously, you will have questions. So for that, we will be using the Q&A option. So down below, if you're joining through a laptop or desktop, you will see there's an option which says Q&A. So we'll be using that option for our interaction. There's also a chat option available, and technically you can add your question there. But I'll not advise, because in many of our webinars, there's a lot of interaction happening between the participants themselves. So there is a possibility that your question might get missed out. So it is better to add it in Q&A so that I can notice it and I can answer it. Now, about today's session. So this is something that we'll be doing in a hybrid format. What is a hybrid format? So this is where I will be using a mix of live interaction. So the current interaction that we are doing here is live, and there's a pre-recorded tutorial which is available. So I'll be using a mix of that. So we'll begin the session. I'll use the pre-recorded tutorial to walk you through the process of creating the digital catalog, and then we'll break into the question answer round, wherein again we'll be doing the live interaction. All right, so that is how we'll be conducting today's session. And if you have any question, if there's anything which is not clear to you, please do feel free to add that into the Q&A. I am also going to share with you certain tutorial material towards the end of the session, and also the contact details of our help desk and my contact details. So if any one of you at any given point in time, whether you're creating your digital catalog or after creation of digital catalog, you want to get it reviewed, or you want to seek suggestions on certain items where you're getting stuck or you need help, please do feel free to reach out to us. So you can reach out to help desk, you can reach out to me directly, but the important point is that you shouldn't be feeling shy. We are here to help. So if you have any question, if you have any clarification, if you are stuck somewhere, please do feel free to reach out. All right. So this is where I think we should begin, and I'm going to start sharing my screen in next few moments. But before that, let me share a quick introduction about myself. My name is Adnan, and I'm Director SME Commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. My functional or focus area at GlobalLinker is digital commerce. But in addition to that, I actively work on sharing information or knowledge with business owners like you on how you can use digital technology to grow your business. Because you will also agree there's a lot of buzzword going around digital, use digital, digital adoption, digital transformation, etc., etc. There's a lot of this buzzword or discussion that we keep hearing on. But practically, when it comes to using digital, that is where people get stuck. And the challenge is actually not with the technology. There's a lot of technology which is available, but knowing or understanding how to use that, right? So it is like having a bicycle and knowing how to ride the bicycle, right? So that is where a major challenge lies. The major gap lies there, that people are not able to understand, or they're not familiar on how to use technology to their benefit. And that's where we conduct a lot of training sessions, webinars, and try to share as much information as possible with business owners so that they can effectively utilize the digital technology and grow their business. All right, so this is a quick introduction about myself. I have conducted about 500 such sessions so far. I've been doing that for past 5 years, and had the wonderful opportunity of connecting and interacting with about 15,000 businesses in various countries. So that was a quick introduction about myself. Now I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we will begin with today's discussion. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a hybrid session. So hybrid means wherein we will be using a pre-recorded tutorial as well as a mix of live. So now, before we get started with sorry, so a mix of life. So that's what we'll be starting with. So just give me a few seconds to. You started with that. All right, so perfect. So this is where we are getting started with the session. Once again, good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants. And this is where we are going to get started. So now, before we get started with understanding the step-by-step process of creating digital catalog, I think it is important that we also understand what is a digital catalog and how many types of digital catalogs are there. So let's quickly understand that and then we'll come back to the journey. So for that, I'm going to switch my screen and I'm going to take you to a small presentation so that we can understand the concept of digital catalog. So what is a digital catalog? So I'm going to firstly help you with a textbook or a theory definition of digital catalog. So digital catalog is a website or a computer file used to provide examples of a person's work or product offered by business in a digital format which can easily be accessed digitally by a prospective customer. Now that is a textbook definition and obviously it is not very clear. So I'll help you understand what is a digital catalog. So digital catalog is basically a website, but a website with few characteristics or features or capabilities, whatever you would want to call them. But there are certain specialities that a digital catalog has. So if a website has these features or capabilities, then we can call them a digital catalog, or it can be referred as a digital catalog, and other websites can't be referred as a digital catalog. So what are those capabilities? The first one, it can showcase product or services of a business in addition to the business information, of course, and it can accept order or receive an inquiry. So if there's a prospective customer and they're wanting to place an order, it can receive an order if that capability is available, or it can at least receive an inquiry that there's someone who's interested to do business with you, so it can do that. And the third is something that we assume that it can also showcase information about that business. So that's why I've written assume. So a website that can showcase product or services of a business, and it has the capability to accept orders or inquiries, and it is also showcasing information about that business. So that can be qualified or called a digital catalog. Now, how many types of digital catalogs can be there? So let's quickly understand. So broadly, there are four types of digital catalog. The first one is which can help you generate leads. The second one is which can help you generate orders. The third one is which can do both the things at the same time. And the fourth one is which you can use for your B2B bulk distributor or retailer ordering. Now, this is obviously a textbook knowledge that I've given to you, and which is also something that you may not be able to relate to very easily. So this is where what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a few examples so that you can understand what are the various types of digital catalog. All right, so let me switch my screen again, and I'm going to take you to another browser where I've opened few examples so that you can understand these types, and we will also relate to the three rules that I've shared with you, which you can use to understand whether a website is a digital catalog or not a digital catalog. All right, so let me switch the screen. So we have switched the screen, and this is where you're looking at a website. Now, if I scroll down a little bit, that's where you can see the various products which this particular business is offering. Now, if I open one of their products, That's where, as a customer, as an individual, I can go and I can buy that product. So here you can see there's a product where I can come and I can do an add to cart or buy now, and I can place an order. So this is an example of a digital catalog that can accept orders, right? Now, on the contrary, I have another digital catalog, and this is where, if I scroll down, this where you can see the products. So they happen to be a agri product exporter, and you can see the various products that they have listed. But unlike this product where we are seeing add to cart and buy now, this where the interaction is different. This where we can see there is a button is different. So this where you see the call to action, which I'm highlighting right now. This is send inquiry. So this is where a prospective customer who's interested to do business with them, they're coming and they're sending an inquiry. So this is the second type of digital catalog that you can create, where a prospect can come and they can send you an inquiry. They can give you a lead that, hey, we are interested to do business with you, and then you can connect with them and take the discussion forward, right? So this is the second type of digital catalog that you can create. Now there was a third type which I explained to you, wherein both the things can happen at the same time. So I'm going to very quickly open one of the products so that you can understand. So this is where you can see again we have two buttons, but the terminology or the call to action is different. So very quickly, if I'm going back to this website, this is where you can see it is add to cart and buy now, whereas here it is send inquiry and add to cart. So what is happening? So a retail customer, if they are wanting to buy from them, they can come here, they can use the add to cart button and they can place an order. So this is for retail customer. At the same time, if there's a bulk customer, a B2B customer, someone who's wanting to buy the products in bulk from them, they can come here and they can use this send inquiry feature. So that's where they'll be sending them an inquiry that, hey, we're interested to buy these products in bulk from you, and then they can take the discussion forward, right? So this is the third type of digital catalog, right? So we have B2B, which is accepting leads or generating leads. This is generating orders, and this is generating both the things at the same time. Now, this is the fourth type of digital catalog. So on the face of it, it looks like a typical online shopping website, similar to this one which we saw, wherein people can come and they can place an order. But it also serves another purpose, and that is for bulk ordering. So there are distributors and retailers situated in various parts of the country, and they have to regularly source the product. Now, instead of using the conventional methods of ordering through salesman or call, message, etc., that's where any B2B bulk buyer, because they are aware of the product, so they can simply come here and they can use the distributor login, and they can log in and they can place an order. Now, obviously, the B2B bulk buying is different, so it is not similar to the regular buying. So B2B bulk buying involves special discounts, so that is something which the website can give. In fact, it can give differentiated discounts as well. So if there's a business A and 10% discount has to be given to it, it can give that. And there's a business B and 7% discount has to be given to business B, it can do that. So it can even provide differentiated discount to businesses on product level, category level, or on the store-wide level. So that is possible. Then there is a credit which is an integral part of the B2B bulk ordering system, can also accommodate that. So you can specify that if business A is ordering, they'll get X amount of credit for 30 days, and if business B is ordering, they'll get Y amount of credit for 60 days. So that is also possible. And the third one is minimum order quantity. So sometimes there's a pack size requirement, or other times there may be understanding between the buyer and supplier that I'm going to give you a special discount, but you have to buy at least these many units when you're placing an order. So that is also something that can be taken care by the system. So this is the fourth type of digital catalog which can take care of B2B bulk ordering or regular B2B bulk ordering. So wherein almost every fortnightly or every monthly, there will be B2B bulk buyers who will be placing an order or who will be buying from you. And for that, this capability can be used. All right. So very quickly, I'll do a quick recap for you to just understand the various types of digital catalog. So this is a digital catalog that is helping a business generate leads. This is another type of digital catalog that is helping a business generate orders. Then we have the third type, which is helping a business generate leads and inquiries at the same time. And then we have the fourth type, which is helping a business get orders from the retail customers, and at the same time it is helping that business in getting orders from their B2B bulk buyers. So these are the four type of digital catalogs which are there. Now, as we have clarified, or as we have achieved a better understanding of the term digital catalog and how many types of digital catalogs are there, so let's go back to the process and let's understand the step-by-step process of creating digital catalogs. So we are back on the GlobalLinker account, and now let's get started with understanding the step-by-step process of creating the digital catalog. Now, very quickly, I'm just repeating this for everyone's reference. Now, if you have a GlobalLinker account, then you have to obviously log in. And if you don't have a GlobalLinker account, then you can refer to the steps which I've explained in the video a little while ago. So you can review those steps and you can understand the step-by-step process of creating the GlobalLinker account. All right, so we have logged into the account. Now, what is the next step? So the next step is to click on online store. So here you can see there is this button call to action which says online store. You have to click on that, which will take you or bring you to this interface. Now on this interface, you have to click on convert now. But before we do that, an obvious question that may be coming to your mind is what is the use of all these buttons and navigations that we are seeing here? So this is used to add products to your profile. So if you want to just add products to your profile and just to help you relate to it, this is where you can see there is a business profile, and I'll just very quickly click on it so that you can see it and relate to it. So this is the business profile of this demonstration account. Now, if I'm scrolling down here, this is where you can see there's a add product. So you don't want to create a digital catalog, you just want to add products to your profile. So for that, this interface is used. Now, coming back to the discussion that we were doing. So firstly, obviously, if you already have a GlobalLinker account, then log into it. Or if you don't have an account, then sign up and create an account. And once the account is created, then click on online store, which will open this panel, the seller panel. Now on the seller panel, you have to click on this button, this big blue button, which says convert now, which will open this overlay. So this is where we are starting the journey of creating digital catalog. All right. So the first overlay has three simple questions. What is the main purpose of your online store? And then the second question is approximately how many products will you have? And would you like to have them in a model quantity feature? Okay, so you can select an appropriate option based on your requirement, and then you have to click on next, which brings you to the screen. On the screen, you'll see there are a number of design templates, and you have to choose one of the template as per your requirement. And this is, although technically a very simple step, and when you'll be doing it, hopefully within 2 seconds, you'll be able to go through this step. But this is where a lot of people get confused. So I'm going to take a few minutes to help you understand few of the common misconceptions or misunderstandings that people have related to this step. The first misconception or misunderstanding that I've seen that some people have is that a particular design template is suitable for a particular type of product. So if I'm not dealing in that type of product, I cannot use that design template. So for example, I'm not sure how visible it is on your screen, but this is where you can see this particular template has visuals of electronic items like monitors, computers, mobiles, etc. So you shouldn't be feeling that if I am not dealing in electronic products, then I cannot use this template. This template can only be used by businesses that are dealing in electronic items. That is absolutely not the case. Any template can be used by any business. I'm just repeating it once again so that it is clear to you that any template that you're seeing here can be used for any business and any type of product. The visuals that you are seeing here, they're only for example purpose. They're only for illustration purpose, because otherwise you'll not be able to understand or visualize like how my website will look when I'm choosing a particular template, right? So only for that purpose we have shown the visuals here. The second misconception that sometimes people have is that if I've chosen a particular template, then I am literally stuck with it and I cannot change it that is also wrong, because the reality is that you'll be able to change or easily change from one template to another template. In fact, you'll not believe, technically you'll be able to change from one template to another template in 5 seconds. Although realistically, because you have to resize the banners and all, so it realistically takes more time, but technically from a technology standpoint, you'll be able to switch from one template to another template in a matter of 5 seconds, right? So don't worry on that. If you have that thinking that if I'm choosing something and tomorrow I don't like it, or my business associates don't like it, or my customers are not liking it, in that case, you can easily change to another template which is better looking, right? Now, the third question, or the third point which I'm going to share with you, is a little more important, and that is something which most of us, or that is a problem that most of us face, and almost none of us has a solution for that. And that problem is of plenty, right? As a business owner, as a business individual, you have this desire to have the most decent looking, the most beautiful looking website, the most beautiful looking digital catalog for your business, right? You will agree to that. Now, how do you make sure that you're choosing the right template? Or let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase the question. And the question or the problem is that which template is suitable for my business, right? So there are so many templates here. This is looking beautiful. This is also looking beautiful. This is also looking beautiful. This is also looking beautiful. How do you choose? Right? It's a tricky situation. Now, there is a process that you can follow to overcome this situation. Obviously, you have to go through all the steps that I'm going to explain to you in this journey of creating your digital catalog. Now, once you are done through all these steps, then you have to upload few products. Few means 2, 3 will suffice. And then once you have uploaded few of your products, and those should be actual products with visuals and all, not hypothetical ones. So once you have uploaded 2, 3 products, then you can go to the theme management section, apply a theme, see how your product are being displayed or services are being displayed, and then apply the second one and see how the second theme is displaying, then apply the third one and see how the third one is displaying, right? So you have to go through all the themes. It will certainly take some time, half an hour, 45 minutes, but that will give you an absolute understanding in terms of which themes are displaying your products in the most beautiful manner, right? So that is something that you can, or you should use in case you also have this problem of choosing which template should I be using for my digital catalog. All right, so I'm going to select a particular template, and we will move on to the third and the last overlay in this process. On this overlay, you'll see there are just 2 input fields. The first one is the store name. Store name is basically your business name, but if you happen to be operating a popular brand, or if you have a popular brand, so in that case, you can create a store in the name of the brand, right? So, or just seeing it in a simpler way. So it has to be either your business name, the store name has to be either your business name, or it can be the brand name. So in case you're dealing in a brand, it can be a brand name. So either of the two, business name or brand name, either of the two has to be there. And it is a editable field. So in case you're wondering from where did this name came, so it came from the name that we had entered here while signing up or creating an account on GlobalLinker. So from there it came. So the same name is populated here, but if there's a typo, there's a typing mistake which has been done, so you can rectify it here, and it is an editable field, so you can edit it as well. Then you have store URL. Now the store URL, especially if you haven't added the product, so this will be blank, but if you have added the product, then there will be some code. So in case you see a code here, you can select and delete that, and then you have to input the URL here. What is a URL? So URL is something that we type to open a website. So for example, if I have to open Google, then I'll be typing google.com. Similarly, tomorrow, if someone has to open your websites, in that case, what should they be typing is what we have to specify here. All right. So for example, the business name is New Global. Right, so we have typed the name. Now the important points which you should remember is that it should not have any space or special character. So here you saw that I haven't added any space, or there's no special character. So no space, no special character. The maximum limit is 25 characters. So within that, you have to input your business name. So if you have a really long business name, so in that case, you may have to uh, edit some parts of it. And the third point is related to linker.store. So a lot of people ask me this question, that what is linker.store? So linker.store is our subdomain that we are providing to our users absolutely free of cost, but it is not important that you have to, or it is not mandatory that you have to use linker.store. Once your website is ready, you can take it live on your domain as well. So if you want to take it live on your own domain, so for example, your business name is ABC and you have a abc.com domain, and you want, if someone opens abc.com, then this digital catalog should open up. That is possible. That is something that you should do. Once this is ready, till that time you can use linker.store. Or if you are someone who is stepping into the digital realms for the very first time and you are not certain whether I should invest in domain and SSL, etc. So you can continue to use linker.store, and whenever you are feeling more confident, you can take it live on your own domain. All right. So this is this overlay. And a important point before I move on to the next step is that while you're pointing your domain, you may face difficulty. And if you're facing any difficulty, or if you're feeling that it is a technical thing and I may not be able to do it appropriately, then please do feel free to reach out to our help desk, and our team will help and guide you with that. All right. So now let's move on to the next step, and for that we have to click on this button which says create e-store, and we have clicked on it and it will initiate the process. So this is where now you can see the seller panel has entirely changed. There are a lot many options here on the side, and this is the dashboard that we are looking at. Now here we have to click on store setup, and this is where once you click on it, this is where you can see we have completed 2 steps, and there are 3 more steps that we have to do. Now instead of completing these steps from here using this button, I would advise you can click on this home shaped icon, which will take you to the home screen of your seller panel, and this is where you will see the same steps are written here. So we have completed 2 steps, and there are 3 steps that we have to complete. So these are the 3 steps that we have to go through. Now these steps are not necessary to be done in a particular order, right? So it is not necessary that you have to upload the product and then you have to do the shipping and then you have to activate the payment. You can do them in any order. So you can do the second one first or the third one first, right? So any order, you can complete them, and then you can complete the rest of the steps. It is important that you have to complete all 3 of them, but it is not necessary that you have to complete them in a order. And whenever you have to see and or check that what are the steps that are remaining, so in that case you can just come here and then you can click on this home shaped icon, and it will bring you to the home screen. Or whenever you'll open the seller panel, this is the screen which will open up. So obviously you can see which all steps are remaining and you can work on completing them. All right, so let's jump on and let's complete the next step. So that is create your catalog. So we have to click on this big blue button, and that will take us to the upload interface. So this is where we have to upload 1 product mandatorily. So this is minimum 1 product has to be uploaded to complete this journey. All right. So 1 product has to be uploaded. Now, many users have curiously asked me this question, that we have a large catalog and the data is readily available in our Excel files with us. So can't we upload the entire thing instead of spending our valuable time here uploading 1 product? So is it possible? Yes, certainly it is possible. I'll in fact quickly show you from where you can do that. So in case you have the data available with you, then you can simply proceed ahead and you can upload all your products very easily in the bulk format. So for that, you have to go to the product management interface. So in the left navigation, click on catalog and then click on products, which will bring you to the screen. On the screen, you'll see there's a down pointing arrow. Just click on that and then click on import product XLS CSV, which will take you to the screen. On the screen, you'll see there is a sample import format. So you click on it, download the latest format, and then populate the information or input the information into the Excel file. Come back here and you can upload the file from here, right? So very easily you can upload the product. So in case you have the data available, you should do that. Now we are here on the product interface back on the screen. So this is where we have to upload 1 product. All right. So let's quickly understand the process. The first field is the product name. So this is where we have to input the product name. Now, many businesses that I've interacted with, they have this challenge that we are not an expert into this, and if we are creating the product name ourselves, or if we are creating this information, this content ourselves, we may not be able to create it in a very nice manner, and if the content is not created in the appropriate way, then it may not have the right impact, and we may not be able to achieve whatever we wanted to achieve from this website, from this digital catalog. So how should you go about that? So for that, you can use the AI tool which we have embedded here. So you can upgrade your plan, and then you can use the AI tool. So that AI tool will create all this content for you. So very quickly, I'm going to populate all the content here. Obviously, we have dedicated videos wherein I've explained how to upload the product. So I'll add the links of those videos wherein I've explained the step-by-step process of uploading the products. So you can review that video and you can understand the process. For now, I'm going to very quickly fill all these fields so that we can move on to the next steps, and we can understand the rest of the journey. Now I've inputted the required information in the field. So let me quickly walk you through these steps so that when you are going through this process, at least you'll be able to relate to it. But I will be providing the link of a detailed tutorial video where I'm explaining all these steps in greater detail. So you must review that video to have a better understanding. And I'm going to very, very quickly walk you through these steps so that you can at least have an understanding about these steps. All right. So the first field is obviously the product name. So this is where you have to input the name of the product, and then you have GlobalLinker Marketplace category. So this is where you are telling the system where your product should be placed on GlobalLinker Marketplace. So very quickly, if I switch my screen, and this is where we are on the GlobalLinker Marketplace. So we go to the navigation. This is where you can see there are various categories. So basically what you're doing is you're telling the system, you're giving the instructions to the system that my product should be placed here on the GlobalLinker Marketplace, and it is a very simple process as well. So for example, we are uploading a shirt. So you can see the moment you'll start typing here, an appropriate option will appear. You can select that. Then you have HS code which you can input from here. If you're dealing in a popular brand, then you can click on plus brand, and which will open this overlay. On this overlay, you have to type the brand name, and then you have to upload the brand logo. Once you are done, click on save, and the brand will get added. And then you have product type, accept order, and accept inquiry. So accept order is wherein you're wanting to receive order on your website. So if you want to have that experience, then you're selecting accept order. And if you want to receive inquiries, in that case you are selecting accept inquiry. So if we have to quickly go to the example websites that we were seeing earlier, so this is an example of accept order. So where a customer is coming and they are placing an order, and this is an example of accept inquiry, and this is an example where both the fields are selected. Now here, in case of accept inquiry, you can see price on request. This is where you can see price on request. Let me highlight that. So here you can see price on request. So this feature is also available. So if you want to hide the price, you can do that. Let me show you. So I'm going to reselect accept order. Then this where you can see there is a field which says do not show price. So if you are selecting this field, in that case, price on request will be displayed, right? So like this, price on request will be displayed. And if you're not selecting it, in that case, certainly the price will be displayed, right? Can you select both the options? Yes, certainly you can do that. If you're selecting both the options, in that case, you'll be uploading products, something like this, add to cart and send inquiry. So both the fields will be there. And then you have B2B discount price, which is related to the premium supply chain feature. So if you are using that feature, then it is relevant to you. Otherwise, you can ignore it. And then you have product unit. So this is also something that you should select, and you should select it appropriately. For example, we are uploading a shirt. So this is where it is per unit. So price is per unit. And if you're uploading, let's say, agri products, so in that case, you can choose kilograms or metric ton, but just choose the field appropriately. and then you have the description. So this is where you can input a brief description about the product. Now, the best practices that you can follow related to the summary description is that you should add a paragraph, not more than 4 lines, and it should be followed by bullet points of the features, specifications, benefit, health benefit, etc., etc. Right? So the idea should be that within 5 seconds, if someone is looking at this piece of information, within 5 seconds they should be able to understand that information. So that is the summary description. Then you have SQ code, which is a alphanumeric field. It is a unique identifier. So the two products on your website cannot have the same SQ code. And adjoining that is a product code. So product code is basically used to tell the system that this product has variants. So for example, this product is available in 2 pack sizes, 50 gram and 20 grams. So if you are also adding or uploading a product wherein it has variants, so in that case you have to use product codes, otherwise you can leave it blank. Stock, I don't think needs elaboration. Threshold is basically reorder level. Then you have minimum order quantity. Default value is 1, but if you want to add a higher number, you can do that. Minimum inquiry quantity is for inquiry. So if you're uploading an inquiry product, and that's where you want to specify that this is the minimum inquiry I can fulfill. So in that case, you can input the value here. And then you have country of origin, where you can select from the drop down. Then you have e-store category. So e-store category is something which is used for internal navigation mapping, and I will be showing you how to create navigation. So for that, we have to create the category. For that, we have to click on plus category, which will open this overlay. And here we have to type the category name. So it is men casual shirt. So men's casual shirt, we have typed the category name, and then we have to just click on save, and the category is created. Then labels and tags. So labels and tags, label is basically a promotional tool. It is used for promotional purposes. So it is a virtual sticker that gets added onto the product. And tag is used for setting up navigation and also for enhancing the search on your website. And there are dedicated videos that we have about tags and labels, and you can review those videos to understand about these features. Then you also have the feature to upload brochure. So if you have product brochure that you would want to upload, those can be uploaded from here. Then you have visibility. So visibility is important, and I want to request you all that you should understand the visibility with little more attention, because typically what happens if you are a B2B seller, in this where you can see B2B as an option, you tend to select that's a basic instinct, but I don't want you to do that. This where the basis is visibility. So if we look at from the lens of visibility, you'll be able to understand that. So B2C visibility means that it is open. So this is like you're stepping in or walking into a supermarket. So every product which is there in a supermarket is visible to you. You can see that product, you can experience that product, and obviously buy that product. Whereas B2B is a controlled visibility. So if you are going to a showroom of an exporter, obviously the exporter has to invite you to the showroom, and only then you can access it. It is not open to the public. So that's a controlled visibility. So if you are using the supply chain feature to control the visibility of the products, in that case, you should use B2B. Otherwise, you should not use, right? So for all practical purposes, you should use either B2C or both. Otherwise, what will happen? The product will get uploaded onto your website, but it will not be visible because it will be behind lock and key. The lock and key is managed through the supply chain feature. All right. So that is a confusion sometimes happens. So please choose B2C or both, and don't choose B2B. Then scrolling down, this where you have additional description. So that's where I've added additional description. And then we have weight and dimension. So these are used for calculating delivery fees. So if you're wanting to receive orders and you want to charge a delivery fee from the customer, so for that, this information is required, but it can be added at a later stage. It can be added in bulk as well if required. And then we have attributes. So for that, you have to click here, add attributes, and then you have to you'll see there are two input fields. So the first one is attribute name. This is where we have to type the basis variations. For example, we are uploading a shirt which has various size options, small, medium, large. So in that case, the basis variation is size. We'll type size there, and then we have to add value. So for example, small. So I'm just typing the entire name small, or entire word small. So here you can see I've typed small, and now I have to press comma on my keyboard. And the moment I'll do that, this is where you can see system has accepted. So a row has started appearing. Let's add one more. Medium, again pressing comma, and then large, pressing comma, And here you can see the three attributes or three variants of the product has been accepted by the system. If we had separate images for each of the variant, we can add them from here. Then we have SQ codes, which are again created by the system. But how did the system magically created these SQ codes? So it basically used the SQ code that we had entered here. And these are again editable. So if you want to make changes to them, you can do that very easily from here. And then we have selling price and stock. So those are also editable. So if you have to make changes to them, you can do that. And last is SEO related information. So there's where we have meta title, keyword, and description that you should be adding. And these can be created using AI tools as well. And lastly, we have to upload the images. So very quickly, I'm going to select the images. To do that, we have to click on this empty placeholder, and then it will reveal this icon, a blue pencil shaped icon. So you have to click on that, which will open the image manager. On the image manager, don't just instinctively click on upload. Click on product images and then create a folder. So men blue shirt is what we are uploading. So I've created a folder in the name men blue shirt, and then open the folder and upload the images inside the folder. Otherwise, what will happen? Your image manager will become like too cluttered and almost impossible to use after some time. So it is advisable that you should be uploading images inside a folder. So I have 4 images. I've selected all 4 of them from the device, and they are all uploaded on the image manager. Now we have to tell the system which should be the first one, which should be the second one. So I can select the image, and it may appear a little blurred here. Don't worry, it will appear absolutely fine on the front end. Now let's tell the system which should be the second image. So this can be the second image. Now we'll tell again, same process. Click on the placeholder and then click on the edit icon, and which will open the image manager. Now total 6 images can be uploaded. We have uploaded 4 images, so that does not mean that empty placeholder will be displayed. So minimum is 1 image. So if you are not uploading 1 image, then obviously empty placeholder will be displayed. But if you are uploading more than 1 images, so or 1 or more images, in that case empty placeholder is not displayed. The ideal dimensions are written here, 800 by 1000 pixel. If you're uploading a square image, then 1500 by 1500, so that the zoom works absolutely fine. It will work on 1000 by 1000 also, but it will not be that great. So if it is a square image, then 1500 by 1500. If it is a portrait image, 800 by 1000, which is also written here. In terms of size, the MB size, whatever is the lowest that you can achieve without compromising on the quality of the image, without making it blurry, whatever is the lowest size that you can achieve, that should be your target. 2 MB is even on the larger side. So if you have like 12 images and 2 MBs, that will be 12 MB, that will be heavy for someone who's not in a high speed internet connection. And I've seen that some people have this unwanted fascination with uploading high resolution images, and they have this notion that if I am uploading very high resolution images, then the customer will get impressed and they will be placing an order. But before getting impressed, the person has to see that product. The page should load up, and you'll be making the page so heavy that the person will not be able to load the page on their device. And obviously, without waiting for your website to load up, they'll simply go to one of your competitors' website, right? So that is absolutely suicidal to do. You shouldn't be doing that, right? So what is the lowest size that you can achieve without compromising on the quality? That should be your target. All right, so we have added all the information here, and very quickly I've also walked you through all these fields. So we'll click on save, and that uploads the products. We have completed the third stage also, and now we'll click on the home shaped icon, and we'll quickly go to the home screen to see what are the remaining steps. So there are 2 steps or 2 more steps that we have to go through: setting up shipping zone and activating payment. So for setting up shipping zone, we'll click on again the big blue button, and it will take us to this interface, and here you'll see an overlay will load up. This is the shipping zone. So firstly, what is shipping zone? So shipping zone is used to charge a delivery fee from the customers, and using this capability, you'll be able to charge. You can define like if the customer is ordering from location A, then what will be the charges. If they are ordering from location B, then what will be the charges, right? So this is that capability which can be used for that purpose. All right, so that is this screen or this capability, shipping zone capability that we are looking at. But what are you expected to do here? So you are expected to input two fields. One is estimated time. This is where you can put a value, any hypothetical value. I'm adding 3 here, and you have to add a fixed rate. So even if you are creating a B2B store, you have to go through this step. Now, why are we not setting it up properly? So for setting it up properly, you need to understand what will be the commercials or what will be the charges that the courier company will be taking from you. So for that, you have to firstly sign up with the courier company. They'll provide you the charges, and based on that, you can set this up. All right. So for now, we have to just input these two values, and we have to click on update, and that completes this step. So very easy and simple step. Once you have completed that, then again you have to click on the home shaped icon, which we clicked earlier, and that will take us to the home screen. There was one more step that we have to do, that is activate payment. So we have to click on again the blue button, which will take us to the payment management interface. This is the payment management interface, and here you'll see there are a number of payment options, and obviously don't get carried away, don't get overly enthusiastic and you immediately submit an application for activation of payment gateway. If your website is incomplete, your digital catalog is incomplete, your payment gateway application will get rejected, right? So first complete the website and then submit the application. For now, as we are starting to create the digital catalog, for now we have to just go to cash on delivery, which you can see here, and click on this button, turn it on, and you have completed all the steps which were required. Now, does that mean it is the end of the journey we have completed? No, absolutely not. There are a few more steps that we have to do. So we are back on the home screen, and now in the left navigation, we have to click on this button which says My Store. So we have clicked on that, and now we have to click on Themes. So once it expands, you'll see there is an option which says Themes. You have to click on that, which will open this screen. On the screen, you'll see the theme that you had selected in that journey, and here you'll see there's a button which says Actions. You click on that, and then you click on Apply. The top option which says Apply, just click on that, and this page will load up. So that's where the theme that you had selected will get applied. So until you come here and you click on apply, the theme does not get applied. So we have applied the theme. If you want to make change to the theme, you can also do that from here. Select a different theme. All right, so once you have done that, then you can go to navigation, and this is where we have to set up the navigation. Now, setting up navigation is also something that I've covered in detail in another tutorial video, and I'll also add the link of that video in the description. So if you want to understand it in detail, you can do that. But navigation, very simplified, take you to those example websites. These are called navigations, and there are multiple levels. Like whatever you're seeing in the header, these are level ones, and then in the drop down, these are level 2, and these are level 3. We can go to level 4 as well, right? So these are navigation. Now, how do you create it? So you have to firstly come to navigation section or navigation tab, click on navigation, and which will open this page. On this page, you have to click on add menu item, which will open this overlay. On this overlay, we have to type the navigation name. So for example, men fashion is what the name that I'm wanting to give. So men fashion, I've selected that. It will have products, so we can select that, and then there are different options which are available. Now, the important point, you have to select either one of them, right? So don't select multiple, and then the system will get confused. So we'll just be using category. So we'll select category, and you can select multiple categories as well. So we'll select men's fashion, and we will click on save. So level 1 is created. So let's create another one, level 2, and shirt, and again we'll select it through navigation, and then let's create one more, and casual, and this time we'll select it through products. So we will just select the product, and we'll click on save. So there are 3 navigations that we have created, but at the moment they are all on the same level. So we have to give levels to them. So for that, we have to drag them towards right, and it may appear to fly off the screen like we have seen that. Don't worry, you have to click on this button which says update navigation, which will update the navigation, and now you can see best fashion, and so it will start appearing like inverse steps. And now we have to drag casual underneath the shirt. So it is 1, 2, 3, and again we click on update navigation. So now we have, if I can expand all, So this is where we have created the navigation. Is that all? No, we have to also upload banners. So for that, we have to click on store preview, which you can see here. So we'll click on store preview, which will take you to the store preview. This is the admin's preview, and a lot of time when people open this store preview, they get terrified that what have I done? I have ruined the website. Now there are yellow dots appearing and these empty placeholders. So this is the store owner's preview, and it cannot be accessed by anyone else. You can only access it from the seller panel. Now it is used for two purposes. One is to change the color. So for example, if we want to change the color of the navigation, we can click here. Now currently it is black. I want to change it to blue. I can do that. Or if you have your own corporate color or brand colors, you can input, copy, paste, or type it here as well. RGB colors you have to type. So that is one thing that you can do from here. Second is to upload the banners. So, and to upload the banners, you have to click here on the yellow dot, which opens this overlay. Again, you have to click on the placeholder, and this is where you can see the dimensions are written. So if you are creating the banners yourself, you can note down these dimensions and then you can create the banners. You have to create separate banners for desktop and mobile. And why so? Obviously to optimize on the load speed, and obviously to create a more aesthetically appealing and good looking website, because desktop or laptop is a horizontal landscape, whereas mobile is a vertical landscape. So anything which is designed for a horizontal landscape, no matter how much resizing we will do, it will not look nice, right? So that is why you have to create separate banners for desktop and mobile. And to upload the banners, you have to just click on this placeholder image, which will again open the image manager, and here you'll see there's a folder for banners. So you can select that folder and then you can upload the images. So I'll very quickly upload a few banners which I have on my device. So I'll select all of them and we will upload them onto image manager. So here I have few banners, and I'll select one of the banners. So this is for the desktop and this is for mobile. So we have selected that. Now we have to also give a call to action link. So if someone clicks on the banner, they should be taken to the casual shirt that we have uploaded. So we'll copy the link and we'll add it here. Now we also have these options which are available. So if you don't want to add text onto the banner and you want to add the text dynamically, you can do that. The only concern or the challenge that you may see is the text will appear dead center. So you cannot like artistically place it. But otherwise you can use this capability. So we'll click on apply and the banner will get uploaded. So there's one banner that we have added. If you want to add more banners, you want to create a slideshow, you can do that, because we have already added the banners to the image manager. So we don't have to essentially upload them every time. So this is the second banner that we have added. So we can click on save and we can add one more. Same process. Selecting the desktop one and now selecting the mobile one, because we don't have products for these banners, so I'm not adding the link, but you understand how to add the link. So this is where you can see the first banner, the second one, and the third one. So that's how we have uploaded the banners, and we have to also do that. Now this is where we have completed the steps. Now the last step that we have to do is to click on save and then click on publish. Don't forget to do these steps. Don't forget to click on save and publish. So I've already clicked on save. Now I am going to click on publish, and that is where you will see that we have completed the journey of creating the digital catalog. So this is where you can see the congratulatory message, the confetti is falling from the sky. So this is where we did it. We have completed the journey. Obviously, there are many more. So this was the journey of creating your digital catalog. I hope you're able to understand the journey. And if there are any questions, then please do add them into the Q&A. I can see in the chat there was a question by Shubham. So Shubham, I hope now this point is clear where you can go and understand the dimensions of the banner. There's a question from UT wants to understand if the recording is available for product upload guidance. Yes, it is available. In fact, I'm going to share here the link. So just give me a few seconds to do that. And as I mentioned earlier, that I will also be sharing with you the tutorial video. So let me share all of them. The first one I'm sharing is the video on how to create the Digital Catalog, the video that you just saw, which is important for having a good understanding. So this is the first video that I'm sharing here. Now there are more videos. So for that, I am going to share the links now. Just give me a moment. Somehow the links were not getting copied from there, so I'm going to access the links directly, the video tutorial links. And so these are the tutorial videos and the other video also. I've shared the links in the chat, and I will also share them. Any other question from any other participant before we close today's session? And very shortly, or just give me a few more seconds, I'm going to share with you. I've already shared the contact details of our help desk. I'm also going to share with you my contact details. So if anyone wants to connect on a personal level, or if you need help, please do feel free to reach out to me as well. Perfect. So I'm guessing there are no further questions. So this is where we'll conclude this session for today. Thank you everyone for taking our time and participating in this session. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye bye from our side for now.